It's January and it looks like the perfect time to...
Oh my god, it burns!
Okay, before we begin, let's clear some things. This is not me trying to hate on anything with no logical proof. I find that completely sad and you won't find anything like that on my channel. I think one way to fail as a critic is to say something is completely good without giving any reason why it's good. Knowing a lot of people love this movie religiously and seeing the title of this video, a lot of people will not wait to see why I think Wedding Party is pure shit and fill the comment section with all manner of insults, which I welcome with open arms. Well, many people are going to try to save this movie by saying it's just comedy. When a movie's only saving grace is it's just comedy, that movie really needs help. Plus, when a comedy movie based off realism wants you to take it as a gag comedy at any time it feels like it becomes retarded and narratively broken. And to the people that are going to say, well, if you don't like it, go and make your own, which they are literally telling me to take on every single job on that project, which is impossible, but they forget to give me the same budget which was given to the people that made this movie. I think I've said all that needed to be said. If you have sat through the longest intro I have ever done, you are totally awesome. So I'm going to analyze how this movie is shit on moment to moment basis. Ready? Let's rock it. First 20 minutes. The movie starts off with some great composition shots which are probably the only saving grace this movie had, and we get introduced to a delivery boy or man on a bike. Okay, in less than 40 seconds of this movie I'm already seeing a problem. You do not ride a bike with headphones on. It doesn't happen because A, the wind is probably going to be bouncing off those earphones that you probably won't hear a single thing, and B, you're probably going to have to crank up the volume of that song or preaching you are hearing. Doing any of that is complete suicide. I have a couple of friends who walk on bikes and they will definitely tell you that when you're riding a bike you really need your ears no matter how good you are. Even if you're in a car, you don't put headphones on, and a car is much safer than a bike. This is literally holding a grenade and pulling the pin. And another composition shot showing that he's wearing protective gears for his legs. Wow. Moving on to the next scene is a wedding planner stating out that everything is wrong. This wedding planner agitation felt like it was her first job, which I kind of find it odd that these two super rich families will choose a nobody to plan their wedding, but maybe I'm just nitpicking here. Moving all the way to when all the invitations fell on the ground, the movie completely destroyed itself here without even knowing it, giving us A and B. I'm going to start with B because it's the one everybody saw. We get introduced to the villain of this movie, although at that time we did not know he was the villain. But the problem with this is that he is so out of place. I mean, look at him and look at the neighborhood. He is with no shirt and drinking something that I know you cannot find in this neighborhood unless you walk at least 2 miles. Trust me, I live in a neighborhood that is not even as awesome as this. But I can tell you, if someone like this is in our neighborhood, he is going to be living in a police car. For Christ's sake, there's even one police car behind him. Point A. How is it possible that they are sharing the invitation of a wedding on the wedding day? It is not possible. It's even a by invitation wedding, which everybody should have gotten their invitation weeks before the wedding. And remember, it's by invitation. It can't be limitless. But here it kind of looks like it is. Please think about this. If you get the invitation for a wedding on the wedding day in the morning, will you go for that wedding? Not to mention, these are some high class people that will take this as an insult. Less than 2 minutes of the movie, it has already destroyed itself. Moving on, we get introduced to the bride getting her makeup done for her big day in one of the highest bedroom I have ever seen. And yes, it is a problem which I will get to in a few scenes from now. The bride called her friend which is rolling into her house, and we get to see our bike man all over again. Wait, did his leg protection gear just disappear? Okay. We get introduced to Auntie Yemi, and yes, I have a problem with her too. Her accents change at any time, which makes no sense. She has a passable British accent, and at the same time she has a perfect broken English accent. That is not possible in Nigeria. Your British accent is going to be so all over your broken accent. Then we get to see the white girl do the Yoruba greeting, which baffles me how someone actually wrote this into the script. My problem is not the white girl doing the greeting. My problem is that they actually wrote that a white girl is going to do your traditional greeting to your friend's dad and you think the best way to greet him is to hug him? What, are you like meeting him for the first time in your life? No! You must have met him many times to know what type of man he is. Oh yeah, the white lady's name is Vanilla. Racist name for a white woman. They would have just scrapped it and called her Blondie. Nobody will notice that. Now we get to a scene that the bride is talking to her friends from the balcony, which we think is the same balcony where she was doing her makeup. You guys remember that balcony that is super high, which she's not even supposed to be seeing her friends from way up there? And that balcony have bars, this one don't, so yay. At the other end of the state, we get to see the groom and his friends, which was over exaggerated and overacting, which I don't even want to waste my time on. The next scene is the bride's mother that have so much problem with her character, which I will get to that much later. Moving on to the groom's parents, I would say the groom's mother was definitely impressive. I mean, giving off that high class, high society asshole, she did a very good job. From the first line she gave, you could tell she really cares about public image. If I want to be racist, I'll probably say the piece playing on the background music is Beethoven, and we get to see a rich failed marriage. The groom's father leaves the breakfast and receive a phone call from who we can only guess is his lover. That reminds me, have anybody watched this movie called Jumping the Broom? It's about a wedding, parents don't like each other, parents have a failing marriage. Nope, nobody? Okay. Moving on to a cliche scene of friends giving skimpy gifts. And then I noticed something. You see those extra two friends over there? They were just extra, they had no lines. Her bridesmaid was just comprised of two friends. The remaining two were just literally fill in the blank space. They didn't even give them the smile and wave option, just smile. Wait, did she just speak Hausa and call that Kayam Mata? Okay, whatever that is. Oh my god, the extras just multiply. The next scene is of the best man who had an accident. We don't know if it was broken bones or he got burns. No cast and no drip. We can dig it. We move on to the next scene, which is the wedding planner looking for the food vendor. I couldn't even process this. I'm still looking for someone who's going to tell me why or what a food vendor is doing in a wedding. We move on to the scene where the bride is angry because cancel her caterers for someone else. What does she do? She lock herself in the bathroom. At this point, I couldn't stop laughing on how ridiculous this scene was. It's trying to take an American setting in Nigerian scene. Nigeria don't understand locking doors. Nigeria don't understand the process of you locking door, and when people knock, you tell them go away. Yemi literally had to bring it back to Nigeria by saying, I will break this door. Why is this scene here? At no point can it even work out. When she was in the bathroom, only two of her bridesmaids went after her. The extras just sat there like, we don't give a shit. Which proves my point. Whoever wrote this extra character did a horrible job. The whole bathroom scene was kind of okay, I guess, but proves my point about Vanilla, who was just there for her pronunciations. We move over to the next scene of Dozier's father playing Ludwig Beethoven for Alicia, which left most of us with the impression of rich fuck. Then we get introduced to Dozier's ex-girlfriend. The first glance of me looking at her, the only thing that could come to my mind was, who created this character? How do you create such a slutty character that it even shows in her greeting? Anyway, she drops off an exposition of her being the best man's cousin who just had a terrible accident, decided to send his cousin, who is actually the groom's ex-girlfriend. Talk about serious plot device. Seriously, even a daft horse would know this is a bad idea. He could have sent his guys to get the rings from whatever rock he hid them under. Not to mention, not even one of his friends checked him in the hospital. Well, the only way we could accept this poor choice, the hospital got him pumped on some serious painkillers that's making him do some dumb shit. But the video call he made does not look like he was pumped on anything. Anyway, they continue showing us on how slutty, how sexy this girl is. Even zooming to her teeth. Her character seriously does not make sense, which I cannot explain now because at this point of the movie we did not know what her deal was. You know, I could swear both Dozier's father and mother wanted to bang this girl. I mean, look at them, they are totally checking her out. Whoever wrote this scene definitely writes dialogues for porn. Continue in part 2.